Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, we'll be drafting the basic bodice pattern. It's a requested video from you guys, and I've worked hard to put this tutorial together in a way a layman will understand. We all know that the basic bodice pattern is the foundation of every garment creation, and for you to have that good fit from your garment, you must get your basic bodice right. We are all shaped differently and we vary in sizes, from an extra small size to an extra large size. So also is the bodice for these sizes varies, but they are all drafted using the same method. So I've put this tutorial in series so that we'll be able to draft the basic bodice pattern for these sizes using the right neck measurement, armhole level, bust dart level, and so forth. I have also paired these sizes with the corresponding bust measurement. For those of us who do not know our sizes, with the bust measurement, you'll be able to identify the category you fall in and know the right tutorial to follow. If this is your first time on my channel, you're highly welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on my video and watching my video. Please do support my channel by giving this video a thumbs up if you find it helpful. Share with your soulmate. Leave me a comment. It helps me to know if you enjoy the content. Watch my video to the end because I do leave tips along in my videos, especially with this video we are starting today. And of course, you know the drill. Join the family and let's get started. On the guideline, which will serve as my shoulder line, I will place half of the shoulder measurement and square it down. On the shoulder line, I will place the neck width of 2.25 inches and the neck depth of 2.75 inches, and I'll square out these points. With my tape placed on half of my shoulder line, I will go down 1.75 inches for my shoulder slope. I will connect this point back to the neckline and draw in my front neck curve. With my tape placed on half of my shoulder line, I will go down 7 inches for my armhole level or bust level, and I'll square out this point. On this line, I will place 1/4 of the bust measurement. Because we are more fuller in the front, I will borrow ½ inch from the back bust measurement for bust easing. Please bear in mind that this ½ inch will be minus from the bust measurement when drafting the back pattern. With my tape placed on the shoulder slope point, I'll find the midpoint between the shoulder slope point and the bust level, and I'll square it out. This line becomes my front chest level, and on this line I will place half of my front chest measurement or armpit to armpit measurement. The difference between half of the shoulder measurement and that of the armpit to armpit measurement in a sleeveless dress should not be more than 1 inch. If you go ahead and draw in your armhole curve using this point, your armhole curve is going to turn out awkward. So what you do in this case is you just go in and mark 1 inch or even 3/4 inch and draw in your armhole curve. If your vertical measurements were taken from the highest point of your neckline, please place your tape like this as shown and mark. If it was taken from the mid-shoulder, please mark from the mid-shoulder. Anything other than this will alter the shape of your bodice. I will go ahead and impute my vertical measurements, the bust point of 8 inches, front half length of 14 inches, and I'm just repeating these measurements on the other side to enable me get a straight line. These measurements were taken from the highest point of my neckline. I will go ahead and square out these points. On the bust point level, I will mark 3 inches for my bust span, and on the bust level or armhole level, I will come down 2.25 inches for the bust dart, and I'll square it down. From that 2.25 inches, I will go down 1 inch for my dart intake, just like we do on the waistline. Then on the bust point level, I will go out ½ inch from my bust span and connect the dart, so that when I stitch close this dart, it's not going to fall directly on the tip of my bust. On the waistline, I will mark half of my bust span of 3 inches. I will connect it back to the point on the bust point, and on this line, I'm going to mark ½ inch on both sides for my dart intake, and I'll connect the points. On the waistline, I'm going to place 1/4 of my waist measurement plus the 1 inch dart plus 0.25 inch for ease. I will connect this point to the bust level, but before I do that, I will close in the bust dart, and with the slightly curved side of my ruler, I will connect the 2 points. Because we are more rounded in the front, we'll be adding a stomach ease to our pattern. On the center front waistline, I will go down 0.25 inch. I will close in the dart, and I'll connect this point back to the waistline. Please, it's important to always close in your dart before you trew your lines or cut out your pattern, as this will help prevent any shortage of fabric when you sew close these darts. With my tracing wheel, I'll transfer the lines on the waistline and on the bust dart and redraw my dart legs, and that completes our front bodice pattern. This side will serve as the zip allowance. On the shoulder line, I will mark half of the shoulder measurement, and on the same line, I will mark the neck width of 2.25 inches. With my tape still on the line, I will go down 1 inch for the neck depth, and I'll square out this point. With my tape placed on half of my shoulder, I will go down 1.75 inches, and I'll connect this point back to the neckline and draw in my back neck curve. With my tape placed on the shoulder line on half of my shoulder, I will go down 8.5 inches for the back armhole level, and I'll square out this point. I will find the midpoint from the shoulder slope point to the armhole level or bust level. I will square out this point, and this line become my back chest level. On that line, I will place my back chest measurement or armpit to armpit measurement. Just like in the front pattern, the difference between half shoulder to back chest measurement should not be more than ½ an inch for a normal sleeveless top. If you have more than ½ an inch after placing your armpit to armpit measurement, what you do is to ignore it and mark ½ an inch to get a better back armhole curve. On the bust level, I will place 1/4 of my bust measurement minus the ½ inch we borrowed in the front bodice. And with these 3 points, I will draw in my back armhole curve. With my tape placed on the shoulder line, I will come down 13 inches for my back half length, and I'll square out this point. On this line, I will place half of my bust span, and on the bust level, I will connect these 2 points with a straight line, and on this line, I will mark ½ inch on both sides for my dart intake and connect the points. On the waistline, I will place 1/4 of my waist measurement plus 1 inch dart plus 0.25 inch for ease. With the slight curved side of my ruler, I will connect these points to the armhole level. On the center back bodice, I will go down by 1.5 inches. This is the difference between the armhole level of the front and the back. You must not forget to do this to balance up your front and the back pattern. If after doing this there is still a difference between the side seam of the front bodice and the back, this difference should be taken in at the bust dart of the front bodice. I will extend my waist measurements and the dart lines to the new line and cancel out the old one. To verify if the side seam of the front and back bodies are the same, I will close in the bust dart on the front bodice and measure, and I have here 6.25, and on the back bodice I have 6 inches. Just like I'd already explained, whatever difference you have, you take it in at the bust dart. So instead of marking 1 inch in this case, you mark 1.25 inch, divide it into 2 and draw in your dart legs. On the center back, I will go up by ½ an inch to remove any bulge or folds. And with the slight curved side of my ruler, I will blend it back into the waistline. Our pattern is complete. I'll redraw the dart legs and label the pattern. Please always make sure you close in your darts before you cut out your pattern to avoid shortage of fabric when you sew close your dart. So I went ahead and retraced this pattern on a white paper so that the write-ups can be more visible and to also show you how to take in the excess at the bust dart. On the front bodice we have 6.25 inches and on the back we have 6 inches. Please do bear in mind that this measurement should be taken with the bust dart closed, and this modification should be done before the pattern is cut out. From that 2.25 inch point, I will come down by 1.25 inch or by whatever difference you have, half it into 2 and draw in your dart legs. Close in the dart, redraw your side seam and cut out your pattern. Another thing I want to share with you is how to remove caping at the armhole if you do not want to contour. On your front and back bodies, at the curved side of your armhole, you draw 2 lines of about 1.5–2 inches in length and 0.25 inch in width. These 2 lines will be closed permanently and then you redraw your armhole curve. You will do the same thing on the back bodies and redraw your armhole. If you followed the tutorial step by step as I shared, the shoulders of your front and back bodies will align as well as the sides. I'll go ahead and sew up these bodies. Unfortunately, I couldn't get anyone to be a model for us to see how these bodies turn out. Hopefully in the subsequent series there should be one. All fingers crossed. So guys, we have come to the end of this tutorial. If you have any questions, do leave them in the comments so that I can address it in the next series. If you are an extra small size and you try this pattern and it worked for you, please do leave me a feedback. And if you find this tutorial helpful, please do not forget to give the video a thumbs up, share with your friends, and I'll see you in the next series. A bientôt!